Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about CIO priorities. Now, I'm a firm believer that IT organizations need to take a leadership role within their respective companies. Companies run on IT, and if IT isn't at the forefront of decision making and setting strategy, then the organization is not going to operate at the highest levels. Hi, I'm Steve Murphy. I'm the Vice President at ARG, and while I work for ARG, this video is my own and not necessarily a reflection of the views or opinions of my employer. This channel is all about helping IT leaders make great business decisions. And setting priorities for this coming year is one of the biggest decisions that IT leaders have to make. I looked at several lists, and they all say about the same thing. They're very consistent. CIOs in the coming year should focus on cybersecurity, continuing their migration to the cloud and digital transformation, work from anywhere, and process management improvement, for example. Those are all good strategic initiatives, but everyone is doing them. You'll not drive the business forward in new and unique ways by focusing on what everyone else is doing. So while you manage those priorities, there were three priorities that also stood out as strategic, game-changing opportunities for IT to take a leadership role within the organizations. Those three initiatives are big data and deep analytics, artificial intelligence, and blockchain. Now let's jump into each of these in a little bit more detail. Let's take big data analytics first. Now, IT is a clear, responsible party when it comes to big data analytics. You own the data, right? And helping someone analyze it to solve fundamental problems of the business could be a huge value add to the organization. Now, a couple of examples of what big data analytics could deliver back to the organizations. What if you could determine how customers behave just before they leave? You could help the organization develop retention programs to prevent customers or to retain customers for longer periods of time. Now, just a quick story about that. I worked for a company 25 years ago, large consumer company, where the president decided we were going to have a retention program over the holidays. We were going to send every one of our customers, and we had tens of millions of customers, a $5 check. That $5 check would increase the loyalty of those customers to the organization and improve our retention rate. Retention did not move a bit. The $5 checks did not improve our customers' stickiness whatsoever, and it cost the organization hundreds of millions of dollars and the president their job. What if we could take a more scientific approach with some deep analytics into data that you have access to and help the organization understand how users behave before they leave? And then we can focus those resources on those customers that are demonstrating that behavior before they leave. I think we can have a really great impact on customer retention there. Some other examples of big data analytics and its problems that they can solve: predicting equipment malfunctions or obsolescence within your organization, identifying quantifiable traits of top salespeople. How do our best sellers perform, and what specifically do they do within their daily routines and within the databases, for example, the sales enablement platforms that you've established for these salespeople? How do they act so we can then communicate those behaviors to the other people within the sales organization? Now, that's data analytics. Moving to artificial intelligence, or AI, we use AI for dynamic issues, for questions in motion, things like marketing channel attribution. One of the biggest challenges that marketing has is they don't know where their new customers are coming from. They have multiple programs out in the market at any given time, and while some of the programs allow tracking of prospects, they don't necessarily have visibility into all of the channel programs and influences that these customers have. So what if the IT department could work with marketing and come up with an AI platform that could in real time help evaluate how new customers coming into the organization heard about and learned about the services of the company? Sales lead qualification is another great opportunity for AI. We want to score and evaluate sales prospects so we know how much time and effort to devote to them. Now, the sales organization has a way of doing this, but it's generally manual. How many employees do they have? What's the organization's revenues? What markets do they serve, and so forth? What if we could use AI to help them evaluate customers as they're coming in? Maybe linking it to the marketing channels that we just mentioned, and determine what the value is, what a true value is of that prospect. Another example of how we can use AI in the organization is helping HR evaluate and understand their employee retention programs. So these are all questions that are in motion, that are dynamic, and that can have multiple outcomes, and those outcomes will alter over time, which is why we need something that is flexible, like an AI platform. Finally, we get to blockchain. Now, I'm not talking about cryptocurrency here, although cryptocurrency may have a play in your blockchain strategy. I'm talking about the blockchain that underlies cryptocurrency. The third revolution of the internet. It's coming, and it's unavoidable. While governments may regulate cryptocurrency, the blockchain is going to revolutionize how we do business. And the blockchain is all about transmitting value over the internet. Now, here are a couple use cases that I just came up with over just a few minutes. Something like a non-fungible token that can demonstrate an individual's certification on your product. Certifications are a very valuable resource as people move from one job to another or move within an organization. What if you could provide an NFT, a non-fungible token, to an individual who passed a certification exam for your services? That NFT will belong to that individual for their entire career. The next use case is transferring digital ownership of product. So if you're in a law firm, consulting firm, or so forth, transferring a digital product to another party for value, and having that value being demonstrated within a blockchain environment. There are a number of new products that organizations might be able to come up with once they understand how blockchain can impact their business. There are products, for example, where you might be able to garner revenue over long periods of time, well past the initial sale of your product, by incorporating blockchain into that product set. So strategizing and meeting with the product development teams and talking about the opportunity within blockchain will definitely help the IT organization's reputation within the company, as well as move the company forward. Now, all three of these initiatives are very immature, but they will change the way we do business. And if your organization and if you personally aren't focused on these three, and I'm not saying you go roll out an AI platform to help the sales organization, or you immediately jump into a big data analytics project, but understanding and being conversational and thinking through some of the use cases for your organization will put the IT organization and you personally, I believe, on a different level within the company. If you want to learn some more about any of these topics, feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know where your interests lie, and I'll try to create some content around those interest points. And if you got some value out of this video, I'd appreciate a like, and thank you very much in advance for doing so. And if you want to come back to this channel in the future, the best way of doing that is hitting that subscribe button. That will put my videos in your feed, and you'll be able to come back here at your convenience. With that, I hope you have a great day, and thank you very much for your time.